There is an ancient tradition known as Hermeticism, which have been closely guarded for centuries. It aims to harmonize the diverse occult knowledge acquired by students, providing a master key to open inner doors in the Temple of Mystery. The Hermetic teachings date back to the time of Hermes Trismegistus. These teachings have influenced religions and philosophies worldwide, serving as a unifying force. The Hermetics follow a policy of secrecy, reserving the deep truths for those ready to comprehend them. Throughout history, the Hermetic teachings have been safeguarded by devoted initiates, passing the wisdom from lip to ear. The Hermetic philosophy, originating in ancient Egypt, has influenced various cultures but has not been tied to any specific religious sect. Hermes Trismegistus's teachings are containing maxims and precepts of Hermetic alchemy, which primarily focuses on mental forces and not material elements. This video aims to present these teachings with explanations to aid modern students in understanding this esoteric knowledge. The principles of truth are 7. He who knows these understandingly possesses the magic key before whose touch all the doors of the temple fly open. The all is mind. The universe is mental. The principle of mentalism posits that everything in the universe has its fundamental roots in the realm of the mind. It declares that the all, representing the entirety of existence, is synonymous with the concept of mind or consciousness. As per this principle, the universe and all its manifestations arise from the workings of the cosmic mind. Everything that exists, whether tangible or intangible, is a product of the universal mind. Beyond the physical matter and observable phenomena, there exists a vast cosmic consciousness or intelligence, which serves as the source of creation and the driving force behind all aspects of existence. The universe operates in accordance with mental laws, wherein thoughts and consciousness significantly influence and shape reality. The mind plays a pivotal role in the creation and functioning of the cosmos. As above, so below, as below, so above. The principle of correspondence, represented by the phrase as above, so below, as below, so above, suggests a profound connection between different levels of existence. This principle posits that there are inherent similarities and harmonious relationships between various planes of reality. As above refers to higher realms, spiritual dimensions, or the macrocosm, while so below pertains to the lower realms, the physical world, or the microcosm. The principle implies that what occurs in one level is reflected or mirrored in another, and vice versa. In other terms, the macrocosm and the microcosm are interrelated and interdependent. The patterns, laws, and phenomena that govern the higher or more expansive levels of existence also apply to the lower or more limited levels, and vice versa. This concept can be observed in various disciplines, such as in the world of physics, where the behavior of subatomic particles mirrors the structure of celestial bodies. It is also prevalent in spiritual and philosophical systems, where the idea of as above, so below is utilized to understand the connections between the individual and the cosmos, the inner and the outer worlds. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. This principle states that nothing in the universe is truly at rest. Everything is in constant motion, and this motion creates vibrations. This idea aligns with modern scientific understanding, where we know that at the atomic and subatomic levels, particles are always in motion. On a macroscopic level, celestial bodies, planets, and even galaxies are in constant motion within the vastness of the cosmos. These vibrations can manifest in various ways, from the movement of particles to the oscillation of waves and the rhythm of energy. Everything, from the tiniest particle to the largest celestial object, is subject to vibration. Understanding the principle of vibration can have implications for how we perceive and interact with the world around us. It teaches us that change is inevitable and everything is in a state of flux. Nothing remains static, and this dynamic nature of existence influences every aspect of our lives. Accept impermanence and recognize that everything is in a constant state of movement and transformation, such as emotions, thoughts, and consciousness itself. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Extremes meet. All truths are but half-truths. All paradoxes may be reconciled. The statement, everything is dual, implies that every existing thing or concept has its complementary counterpart. This duality can manifest in various forms, such as light and darkness, hot and cold, good and evil, positive and negative, and so on. These pairs of opposites are interrelated and interconnected, forming an inseparable whole. The next part of the statement, like and unlike are the same, suggests that seemingly opposite things share common underlying principles or characteristics. For example, light and darkness are both aspects of the same phenomenon, namely electromagnetic radiation, but they differ in their intensity or absence. The phrase opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree, means that the opposing poles are fundamentally the same in essence, but they vary in their intensity, quality, or degree of manifestation. Extremes can meet or transition into one another, and there is a continuum connecting them rather than an absolute separation. All truths are but half-truths means that any truth we perceive is only part of a greater whole. Our understanding of reality is limited and can never encompass the entire complexity of existence. Therefore, what we consider true may be incomplete or partial. Finally, the statement, all paradoxes may be reconciled, tells us that apparent contradictions or paradoxes can be resolved when we understand the underlying unity of polarities. In this perspective, contradictions arise due to our limited perception, and by transcending dualistic thinking, we can harmonize seemingly conflicting ideas. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. Just like a flowing river, energy and life force are constantly moving and circulating within the cosmos. Nothing remains stagnant. Everything is in a perpetual state of change. Just as the ocean's tides rise and fall, various phenomena in the universe have their ebbs and flows, whether it's emotions, economies, seasons, or celestial movements. From birth to death, from growth to decay, all entities experience cycles of rise and decline. This principle states that no state is permanent, and the only constant is change itself. The back and forth motion is found in all aspects of existence. This pendulum effect is evident in various natural processes, such as the swinging of a pendulum clock or the cyclic behavior of energy between two opposite poles, like night and day, hot and cold, joy and sorrow. The principle explains that the measure of the swing to the right is equivalent to the measure of the swing to the left. This means that the amplitude of the oscillation in one direction is balanced by an equal amplitude in the opposite direction. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, as described in Newton's third law of motion. The universe seeks equilibrium and balance. When there is an imbalance or extreme in one aspect, the rhythm will naturally adjust to bring about compensation and restore harmony. This can be observed in nature's self-regulating systems, where fluctuations in one area trigger counterbalancing mechanisms to stabilize the overall system. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for law not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. The principle teaches us that nothing happens by chance, that everything has its cause. Nothing comes from nothing, and everything that we see in our world is a result of causes. In Hinduism, this is known as the law of karma. Good intentions and good deeds contribute to good karma and lead to happier rebirths, while bad intentions and bad deeds contribute to bad karma and result in unfavorable rebirths. Most humans go through life being moved around like pawns on a chessboard instead of playing the game of life themselves. The principle of cause and effect teaches us that we can rise above the realm of being others' effects, into becoming beings of causality. The principle of cause and effect is a tool to take back control over one's life. Using the principle of cause and effect in line with the principles of mentalism and vibration, the individual is able to conquer his or her own moods, characteristics, qualities, and power, transforming themselves from a pawn in the game of life into the mover of the pieces on the board. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. The masculine energy is described as penetrative, assertive, and actively directing inherent energy towards its counterpart, the feminine energy. It is associated with qualities like progress, conquest, and will. On the other hand, feminine energy is described as receptive, sacred, and nurturing. The feminine conducts the work of generating new thoughts, concepts, ideas, and imagination, building upon the impressions received from the masculine. The interdependence of these energies is crucial. Without the feminine, the masculine would lack restraint, order, or reason, leading to chaos and unbridled action. Without the masculine, the feminine would remain in constant reflection without taking action, resulting in stagnation and complacency. It is through the harmonious interplay of both energies that thoughtful action and the power of will combine with the creative force to bring ideas and visions into manifestation. In the field of psychology, Carl Jung believed that a harmonious integration of the anima, which represents the feminine aspect in the unconscious of a man, and the animus, which represents the masculine aspect in the unconscious of a woman, was crucial for personal growth and psychological balance. This process is known as the unification of the anima and animus, or the individuation process. When an individual recognizes and accepts these unconscious aspects, they become more aware of their own inner world. By understanding your inner world, you will better comprehend your outer world. As above, so below. As below, so above. The wise ones serve on the higher, but rule on the lower. They obey the laws coming from above them, but on their own plane, and those below them, they rule and give orders. And yet, in so doing, they form a part of the principle, instead of opposing it. The wise man falls in with the law, and by understanding its movements, he operates it instead of being its blind slave. Just as does the skilled swimmer turn this way and that way, going and coming as he will. Instead of being as the log, which is carried here and there, so is the wise man as compared to the ordinary man, and yet both swimmer and log. Wise man and fool are subject to law. He who understands this is well on the road to mastery,